of immigration still very much top of mind, with President-elect Donald Trump looking to call a national emergency and use assets of the military to do mass deportations, something he confirmed earlier this week. And all kinds of reaction coming in from both sides of the aisle and both ends of the state. Welcome back. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Get the newscasts and the news headlines at thecentersquare.com. Wake up with us here with Illinois in Focus each and every weekday morning. All right, so let's get into the latest out of the State House, where they didn't really do much yesterday for fall veto session, but you had Republican State Representative Dan Caulkins take to the House floor again yesterday to raise concerns he has of, the lack of cooperation he sees from Governor J.B. Pritzker for the incoming Trump administration.
Last week, Governor Pritzker decided he was going to take on the federal government. He publicly announced that he was going to challenge the federal government and the will of the people. That's an act of insurrection. That's what started the Civil War in South Carolina, when the governor took on President Lincoln and the federal government. I ask you, please, if you have any influence with Governor Pritzker, please ask him to stand down. We can't win that battle. You can be right, maybe, but you cannot fight the federal government. And if the federal government decides to take up Governor Pritzker's challenge, we, all of us, every person in this state, will be a loser, because we depend on the federal government for a lot of money, funds, waivers, tax money returned to this state for roads and highways, bridges. And if the federal government decides they want to punish Illinois, they want to punish Governor Pritzker for challenging our federal administration, every citizen in this state, your constituents, my constituents, are going to be severely impacted. So please, please ask Governor Pritzker, let's extend an olive branch to the federal government. I know one of your representatives said, maybe we do need to get these gangbang illegal aliens out of our state. Maybe we should cooperate with ICE to make our communities safer. Let's do that. Let's not play a game of chicken with the federal government, because it will not end well with the citizens of this state, your constituents and my constituents.
So Representative Caulkins, referencing a conversation we had with Democratic State Representative LaShawn Ford a couple of weeks ago after the election of Trump on Election Day, where Ford did indeed say we probably should go after the violent non-citizens, a pledge that Trump made. So Caulkins raising the issue of the possibility of losing federal tax dollars if Illinois doesn't cooperate with the incoming Trump administration on a variety of things. And you got to imagine with the porous border as it's been, and the extreme costs to the taxpayer, especially in a state like Illinois, a sanctuary state, those pressures continue to compound. And if you have a lack of federal dollars because of a lack of cooperation, well, Illinois' budget's going to get that much worse. Interesting to hear that. But right after Caulkins made those statements, Democratic State Representative Dagmara Avelar took to her microphone to sound off and react to Caulkins' message there.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think that one of the things that the previous person that talked about monies being lost, I wonder if he's also going to consider not getting the taxes of all the I-18 filers and undocumented people who continue to pull this economy forward. Thank you.
So she's using a line of debate that a lot of those who want more immigration or a pathway to citizenship, quote unquote, for undocumented migrants in the country, that they add to the tax base. I've heard statistics, 5% of the labor force is undocumented migrants, and all of the property taxes they're paying by way of maybe paying rent, or the sales taxes they pay, or other taxes they may ultimately pay to the state and federal governments if they do pay taxes. So clearly, a lot to be said about this, especially over the next 2 years, while Trump will have not just the White House, but he'll have a Republican-controlled Senate and House, and how they use the party of the purse to try to bring about compliance with Trump policies. Illinois, can we afford to lose any federal tax dollars? A question that is obviously going to come to a head pretty quick, as the former president, the 45th president of the United States, is set to become the 47th president of the United States. What times we live in. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Wake up with us each and every weekday morning to get the latest, get the headlines at thecentersquare.com, and get the podcasts wherever you get podcasts.